What are the stages of mushroom growth? Have you ever wondered how mushrooms grow from tiny spores into the delicious fungi we enjoy? Understanding the stages of mushroom growth can help you cultivate them for food, especially if you are aiming for self-sufficiency. Let's break down the fascinating journey of mushrooms from start to finish. First, we begin with the spore stage. Mushrooms reproduce using spores, which are tiny, seed-like cells released from mature mushrooms. These spores can travel through the air, water, or even hitch a ride on animals until they land in a suitable environment. For growth, they need moisture, nutrients, and the right temperature. Once a spore finds a good spot, it enters the germination stage. Here, the spore produces a small outgrowth known as a germ tube. This marks the start of active growth as the spore begins to transform into a multicellular organism. Next comes the hyphae growth stage. The germ tube extends into hyphae, which are thread-like filaments that spread through the substrate, such as soil or wood. These hyphae secrete enzymes that break down complex organic material into nutrients that the fungus can absorb. This network of hyphae is essential for gathering nutrients and forms the vegetative body of the fungus. As hyphae grow and branch out, they develop into mycelium. This stage is where the main growth occurs. Mycelium acts like a sponge, soaking up nutrients from its surroundings. It can remain hidden underground or inside wood for long periods, waiting for the right conditions to produce mushrooms. When conditions are just right, the mycelium enters the primordia formation stage. This is when small knots or bumps called primordia start to form. These are the early signs that mushroom fruit bodies are beginning to develop. Then we move to mushroom development. The primordia grow rapidly into recognizable mushrooms. The stem, known as the stipe, elongates and the cap expands. As the mushroom matures, protective veils covering the developing gills may break. The gills on the underside of the cap fully develop and prepare to produce spores. Finally, we reach the sporulation stage. The mature mushroom produces millions of spores on its gills. These spores are released into the environment, ready to start the cycle all over again. After releasing spores, the mushroom will decay, returning nutrients to the soil. Knowing these stages is helpful for identifying when mushrooms are safe to harvest and for cultivating them intentionally. By controlling environmental factors, you can encourage mycelium growth and primordia formation. This ensures a reliable food source, especially when other crops may not thrive. Understanding the preferences and growth conditions of different mushroom species can also help maximize your yield in a garden or survival setting.